Guyana has, by not holding elections by the 18th, the government is now in breach of the Constitution. How do you respond to that?
My only response is that the government is abiding by the Constitution in the sense that it has allowed the Election Commission, an autonomous agency, to do its work. I have received the letter from the Election Commission chairman, and I should be meeting my cabinet in a few minutes' time to discuss that letter. But the Constitution is very clear on the functions of the Commission. I would be in more grievous breach of the Constitution if I tried to intrude or interfere in the work of the Commission. So I advise the foreign delegations or the foreign missions to allow the government of Guyana to resolve the issues. I have heard from the chairman of the Commission, and I'm very confident that the chairman, a very prudent and sober retired judge, will recommend to me a date which the Guyanese people are prepared to accept. But I cannot hold elections unless I receive advice that the Commission is ready. I mentioned a few minutes ago that we would end up with an Abuja situation in which the Commission was not ready, and elections which were to be held the very day had to be called off. I am confident that the Commission and the chairman, in her deliberate judgment, will give me advice which will ensure credible elections based on a credible list. And that's what I'm working towards.
That advice today, sir, that they accept the time frame of 10:30 today. Did she forward that advice to you?
I am going to meet my cabinet, and I will not discuss the contents of the communication until I have received the advice of my cabinet.
Thank you, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
Guyana community would have indicated that they will withhold support during this period because they claim that you would have breached the Constitution, the government would have breached the Constitution.
I am not in breach of the Constitution. As far as I'm concerned, in Guyana, the government of Guyana is complying with the Constitution. I have said what I've said about the receipt of advice from the chairman of the Commission. It is impossible for the executive to run the elections. I will not allow the executive to intrude. I will not print ballot papers. I will not train returning officers. I will not detail polling stations. This is the job of an agency. Let the agency do its work.
Thank you.